You have maybe 3 or 4 close friends. A handful of acquaintances you see occasionally, and that is it. No large friend group, no constant social obligations. While everyone around you seems to have dozens of friends, hundreds of social media connections, endless group chats, you are perfectly content with your small circle. And you have probably heard all the usual assumptions, that you are shy, introverted, socially awkward. But recent research in social neuroscience suggests something completely different. Having a small social circle might actually reflect a specific cognitive trait, not a deficit, not a personality quirk, a difference in how your brain allocates cognitive resources. If this channel is new to you, this is what we do here. Real science, no assumptions. Stay with me. The human brain has a theoretical limit on social network size. Dunbar's number, approximately 150 people. This correlates with neocortex size, the outer layer responsible for higher-order thinking. But most people's actual networks are much smaller. About 5 people in your closest circle, 15 close friends, 50 broader connections. Individuals vary enormously in how they distribute these relationships. Some people have large outer circles, dozens of casual friends. Others have small circles but extremely strong inner bonds. This variation is not random. It correlates with specific brain structure differences. Neuroscientist Kevin Bickhardt used MRI imaging to examine social network size and brain structure. The finding was remarkable. People with larger social networks had larger amygdalae. The amygdala, crucial for social cognition. It helps you recognize faces, interpret social cues, remember interactions, navigate hierarchies. A larger amygdala gives greater capacity for processing social information. But here is the crucial insight. Having a smaller amygdala does not mean social deficit. It might mean your brain allocates resources differently, because maintaining social relationships requires enormous cognitive investment. You need to remember details about each person's life, maintain reciprocal interactions, navigate group dynamics. All of this requires working memory, attention, executive function. Resources that are fundamentally limited. Highly intelligent individuals, particularly those with strong executive function, may make a different calculation about how to use those resources. A study in the British Journal of Psychology analyzed thousands of young adults, measuring life satisfaction, social network size, and intelligence. For most people, more social interaction correlated with higher happiness. But for highly intelligent individuals, this pattern reversed. Higher IQ scores correlated with lower life satisfaction when social interaction was frequent. The more they socialized, the less happy they were. This was not about social anxiety. These were people who could navigate social situations but chose not to engage as frequently. The explanation is rooted in evolution. Throughout most of human history, we lived in small groups. Frequent social interaction was necessary for survival. But modern life creates a mismatch. Dense populations, complex social structures. Brains adapted for complex, abstract reasoning may find this density draining. We are halfway in. If you have ever been told you need more friends, that like button exists for exactly this moment. Because now we go inside the neuroscience. Neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman identified 2 neural networks that operate in opposition. The social cognition network activates when you think about people and relationships. The analytical thinking network activates during abstract reasoning and problem-solving. These networks show anti-correlation. When one is highly active, the other is suppressed. You are either in social thinking mode or analytical mode, rarely both at full capacity. This creates inherent tension. Resources spent in one mode reduce what is available for the other. For someone whose brain gravitates toward analytical thinking, maintaining a large social network represents significant cognitive cost, not because they cannot do it, because it requires sustained activation of networks that compete with their preferred thinking. This explains why accomplished individuals in analytical fields, scientists, writers, programmers, often have small social circles. Not social incompetence, cognitive resource allocation. They invest limited attention in areas that feel more meaningful and yield greater returns in their domains. Research shows that relationship depth matters more than breadth for well-being. A few close friends who know you deeply, with meaningful conversations, genuine support, predict better mental health than many shallow friendships. This is where small circles show their advantage. With fewer relationships to maintain, you invest more in each one. You have resources for deep conversations, for remembering important details, for being truly present. The friendships become higher quality, more meaningful. In contrast, large networks often mean spreading thin. Many casual interactions, few deep connections. For some, this breadth feels satisfying. For others, it feels hollow. So what does this mean if you have a small social circle? First, it probably does not reflect social deficit. It might reflect a brain optimized for analytical reasoning. Second, it might correlate with higher intelligence and strong executive function. Third, your friendships are likely deeper and more meaningful. Fourth, you are less driven by social reward signals, more by intrinsic intellectual rewards. None of this is better or worse than large networks. Different cognitive styles, different ways of being human. Large networks provide variety, social stimulation, diverse perspectives. Small networks provide depth, cognitive freedom, protection from overload. The research reveals that social preference is not just personality. It is rooted in brain structure, cognitive capacity, fundamental trade-offs in neural resource allocation. If you have a small social circle and it works, you are not failing socially. You are making a valid cognitive trade-off, investing mental resources in depth rather than breadth, and freeing cognitive capacity for the thinking you find most rewarding. Creative work, Intel pursuits, deep understanding. Your brain makes choices about where to invest limited capacity. A small social circle might simply mean you invested elsewhere. Sources include Robin Dunbar's work on social network limits, Kevin Bickart's MRI studies on amygdala and social networks, Kanazawa and Lee's research on intelligence and satisfaction, and Matthew Lieberman's work on neural networks. Everything is peer-reviewed. Everything is documented. Subscribe, leave a comment. How many close friends do you actually have? The answer might reveal more about your brain than you think.